A Dangerous Daughter is about a teenage girl living in rural Australia in the 1950s. She develops a mysterious disease, much later diagnosed as anorexia nervosa, and she starts to waste away before her parents' eyes. There is a strong element of blame and shame from the girl's extended family, who believe the illness is under her control. She is seen as dangerous to others, whereas she is in fact a danger to herself, hence the title. It is only through the then new therapy of Freudian psychoanalysis that this teenage girl is able to overcome her illness and forge a new identity. When I began to write my story as a memoir or nonfiction, the words just wouldn't come. The challenge of telling this true story in all its horror seemed a gargantuan task. So I used the craft of fiction to weave a coming-of-age story which reflected the truth of my life, my early life. One reason I chose fiction over memoir or nonfiction was that many of my memories had been erased after I was subjected to a course of electroconvulsive therapy as a 14-year-old. Thus, I was forced to invent some scenes in the book where in my memory there were only blanks. With the freedom of fiction, I was able to create characters and to disguise those family members who might otherwise recognize themselves. For example, I conflated my two sisters into one. This fictional character could not be mistaken for either sister. Through fiction, I was able to explore themes of racial and religious discrimination, family dysfunctionality, and mental illness in a more creative way than I could in nonfiction. Perhaps my protagonist, Ivy Morgenstern, represents the person I would have liked to be. I had found my voice in Ivy's. Here I must mention that the name Ivy is a tribute to my psychoanalyst, Ivy Bennett, of whom we have just heard. Shining a light on those dark years through psychoanalysis helped me to acknowledge that my illness had been no fault of my own, and to forgive myself for the long-held belief that I had caused irreparable harm and shame to my parents and sisters simply because I had anorexia nervosa. My aim as a writer is to reveal a deeper truth than is possible in non-fiction. Writing the truth as fiction has given me the courage to tell my own story in a way that gave shape and substance to the stark memories I had managed to salvage.